Òkòtó ọ̀rọ̀ bírímù ọ̀pọ̀ odò àti ọ̀rọ̀ àgbàgbé ọgbọ́n lẹ́ mọ́ gbádùn lọ́jọ́ ẹtì lọ́sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ níkànnì tọ́lọ́wọ́ bá mi sàlẹ́sà tá a wà yìí Lagoon Radio ní dédé aago 11 títí di aago 11 àbọ̀ abala àṣàyàn mẹ́ta ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ láti sàlẹ́sà fún ìgbádùn gbogbo mùtúmùwà. Abala àkọ́kọ́ la mọ̀ sí abala òwe Yorùbá níbi tá a ti mọ̀ kọ́ra wa tá a mọ̀ gbọ́ tuntun ọ̀rọ̀ èdè Yorùbá tó ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú òwe. Tábàlà kejì sì jẹ́ abala sóòmàmì níbi tá a ti mọ̀ kọ́ra wa bá a ti gbóhùn lóòkè lọ́árí tàbí lọ́ọ̀sàlẹ̀ nú èdè Yorùbá. Abala kẹta tó gbẹ̀yìn ni a pè ní abala ọ̀rọ̀ ìmọ̀lá torí ìtẹ́mímọ́ wa níbi tọ́lọ́wọ́n bá mi ó ti mọ̀ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ nú bíbélì mímọ́ rẹ̀. Ó lè wò wá tààrà sòsè lójú òpó @LagoonRadio Nigeria yín lójú ewé Facebook tàbí YouTube LagoonTV ńlá wà lápálá ti bẹ̀rù wò ó kò ní balẹ̀ láì nípa.
Hello everyone, I am the Right Reverend Ifedola Senasu Gabriel Okupevi, Bishop of Lagos. You are listening to Lagoon Radio, your #1 online gospel radio in Nigeria and the official radio of the Diocese of Lagos Anglican Communion. God bless you as you keep on listening to us. God bless Nigeria. God will keep Nigeria. Lagoon of blessings will be upon you. Keep on listening. Keep on smiling, and peace will reign in your domain. In Jesus' name.
This is Lagoon Radio. This is Lagoon Radio.
Are you looking for top-notch printing services that deliver quality and reliability every time? Look no further. The Lagos Diocesan Printing Press is here to serve you. At the Lagos Diocesan Printing Press, we specialize in bringing your ideas to life with precision and excellence. Whether you need business cards, brochures, flyers, or banners, we've got you covered. Our state-of-the-art printing technology ensures vibrant colors, clear text, and professional finishing that will make your brand stand out from the crowd. But that's not all. We pride ourselves on exceptional customer service, fast turnaround times, and competitive pricing to fit any budget. So why wait? Visit the Lagos Diocesan Printing Press today at 17 Broad Street, Lagos Anglican Seminary, and let us help you make a lasting impression. You can also give us a call on 0703 559 7826 or 0816 398 2570. Lagos Diocesan Printing Press, where your vision becomes reality.
Hello everyone, I am the Right Reverend Ifedola Senasu Gabriel Okupevi, Bishop of Lagos. You are listening to Lagoon Radio, your #1 online gospel radio in Nigeria and the official radio of the Diocese of Lagos Anglican Communion. God bless you as you keep on listening to us. God bless Nigeria. God will keep Nigeria. Lagoon of blessings will be upon you. Keep on listening. Keep on smiling, and peace will reign in your domain. In Jesus' name.
This is Lagoon Radio. This is Lagoon Radio.
But on Mount Zion there shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness. The house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. Obadiah 1:17. God is able, willing, ready to deliver as many that come into him in faith. We invite you to join Diocese of Lagos Anglican Communion family for Diocesan Breaking of Fetters program as we trust God for healing, deliverance, counseling, and recovery. It holds every third Tuesday of the month. Venue, All Souls Church, Lekki, number 15, Kayode Animashaun Street, off Admiralty Way, Lekki Phase 1. Time 11 a.m. Whoever calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Come and receive Lagoon of blessings and mega miracles. Announcer, the Right Reverend Ifedola Senasu Gabriel Okupevi, Diocesan Bishop of Lagos, Anglican Communion. you ready for another exciting time in the presence of God? The March and first edition of the 2024 Healing and Charismatic Service of the Diocese of Lagos is here. Join us for a transformative journey of faith as we come together to experience the presence of God in its fullness. Don't forget the soul-stirring worship, heartfelt prayer sessions, and inspiring teachings led by our Bishop, the Right Reverend Ifedola Senasu Gabriel Okupevi, and other seasoned ministers and spiritual leaders. Date, Sunday, March 3rd, 2024. Time, 4 p.m. Venue, the Cathedral Church of Christ, Marina, Lagos. You can also join us live on YouTube via LagoonTV, on Facebook via Diocese of Lagos, and also on www.LAGOONRADIO.NG. Open your hearts to receive miracles, breakthroughs, and blessings this period and beyond. See you there.
This is Lagoon Radio.
Hi everyone, it's a sophomore edition of our program, LAGOONRADIO.NG, and it's good evening for me from here in Lagos State, Nigeria. My name is Olasimbo Anjorin. I'm a pharmacist. I'll be your host for today, and today we'll be discussing the basic medical ailments and issues that we usually have in rainy season. It's been raining for a while now, and we can't deny the fact that we have not seen increase in some medical situations. So we are here to discuss it today, and we appreciate your questions, your comments while this program is going on. And while coming this morning, somebody told me the number one ailment that rain causes is pregnancy. I don't understand what that person meant by that. Maybe elderly people, you explain to me. I'm still a child. So today we'll be discussing some major ailments that are caused or that increases during rainy season. We have different things, viral infections, GIT infections, and malaria, typhoid. That one is even popular among Nigerians. When is this period? You always see that. And arthritis. So we'll be taking them one after the other. And for now, I just want you to open your mind and to understand that what we are mentioning here today, or we are discussing here today, are just little of the many things that can happen during rainy season. In fact, it's presently raining in Lagos, so it's not something that you're going to say the only things we are mentioning today are the only things that happen. There are a lot of them. I just picked these ones because I felt these are more of the prevalent issues that we have in Lagos. So moving on, the person mentioned the pregnancy. I don't know if anybody can help me with that. You can just send a comment or explanation what the person means by pregnancy being one the major thing that's caused during rainy season. So I want to start with common flu or common cold, what you call flu, because a colleague of mine here or a friend of mine here is having something like that presently. So I think she needs some information to work on that. Okay, there's a mild difference between common cold and flu. So I will be using layman language in what we use in Nigeria. Common cold is what we call catarrh in Nigeria. What people call catarrh, just normal cold that you have an issue with your nasal system, respiratory system, having nasal congestions and all that. Flu is a bit of a complex cold. Let me use it that way. Usually caused by viral or bacterial infection. So most times they don't usually common cold doesn't usually require a lot of medical care or medical attention, but basically it causes nasal congestion. You have difficulty in breathing, especially at night, and the person might actually have scratchy throat also. Scratchy throat, like you might be having this itching sensation in your throat. And I should add that usually it can come with what we call sore throat. Having pains while swallowing and all that. And it comes with sneezing and most times runny nose. Okay, the bit of difference between nasal congestion and runny nose is the way we manage them is a bit different, because sometimes the medication that are used are not like the cure. They're just like to control the symptoms and also to reduce secretion, not like they cure it. Most times it goes on its own after some days or after some little non-pharmacological management. So how do you prevent this? Reduce the intake of cold drinks. This is not the time to be taking cold stuff. The weather is cold already, and it has been proven that cold things makes it easier for people to come down with common cold and the other symptoms that comes with it. Then if you are somebody that sleeps in a room that's more like a cold room, what I mean is by saying your AC is on the, the steez of your AC is 100%. You have to work on it too. Everywhere is cold already, and having all those things around actually makes the viruses and bacteria that causes common cold to have a better place, a more comfortable atmosphere to disturb whoever is involved. Then for children, please try and put on clothes that can always make them feel warm. This is not the time we expose our children by just putting on a very light clothing for them. Make it, especially when it's raining, try to get them cardigans, sweats on and all that, just to make them feel a bit warm. And if possible, I know while growing up, we like playing in the rain, especially where I grew up. In fact, it's more like a competition. Anytime it's raining, we are all outside under the rain and running up and down. But we observe that the children that we give birth to these days, they are more like, let me use the word ajebo. They are not as strong as we. So, in fact, even those days, after playing in the rain, we still go back and start complaining of sneezing, runny nose, nasal congestion. So, if you know you don't want to stress yourself over your children with that, ensure that, if possible, they don't play in the rain. Ensure that they stay indoor when it's raining so they don't come down with issues like that. And for those that already have issue with common cold, like the person is sneezing or having nasal congestion, there are medications that you can use. I'm not here to make any advert for any product, but there are medications. And if you're thinking that, some of these medications, so they make me feel drowsy, there are some that can actually or won't make you drowsy. You can take it if you want to go to work and to disturb your work. Some antihistamines like loratadine, cetirizine, those ones can actually help you with the sneezing, the runny nose, and it won't disturb your work. It will make you feel drowsy. And if at night you are finding difficulty in sleeping, that is when you can use medications like chlorpheniramine. At least those ones will make you to be able to sleep well and also help with the symptoms of nasal congestion. And I mentioned earlier that sometimes these things might be caused by viral or bacterial infection. So if it's something that was being observed that is a bacterial infection, your doctor or your pharmacist might want to place you on 1 or 2 mild antibiotics. Let me put it that way, mild, because most times, like I mentioned, you don't usually require a lot of medication to take care of common cold and flu. Then you can be taking warm drink. You can just make tea or coffee or perhaps something very warm. You even observe that when you take hot stuff and you have nasal congestion, it looks as if you have a bit of relief, a bit of relief where you feel as if your nose is being cleared a bit. So warm drink, warm food usually help. And this next one, conjunctivitis. In Nigeria, we call it Apollo. Some part of the white guys, they call it pink eye. But in Nigeria, we call it Apollo. So it's actually conjunctivitis. And the name pink eye is actually from the presentation of this issue. It affects the eyes. When you have a bit of dark pink to red coloration of the white part of the eye, that's the cornea, the white part of the eye. When you notice that it's pink or it's almost like red, it's conjunctivitis. Well, we've not seen a lot of Apollos this year. Maybe they feel that we're already seeing Shege in Nigeria, so they are giving us a break. Already Shege up plenty, so they don't want to add extra Shege to our eyes. However, it's important we know about this thing, conjunctivitis, how it comes into place. It's actually a communicable eye infection. What I mean by communicable is that it can be transferred from one person to another if your person has contact with secretion from an eye that is infected. Okay, if somebody that has conjunctivitis uses a tissue or uses a handkerchief, or if one way or the other you come in contact with the fluid coming out from the eye and you're touching your eye with that particular fluid, the person might actually have. That's why we say this communicable. So what are the presentation? How do you know, or what are the symptoms that comes with conjunctivitis? Irritation of the white part of the eye. You see that this person is feeling irritated, like he's always putting the eye and the hands on the eye to scratch and all. And sometimes you will see situation where if you come out in the sun, you to look as if somebody is trying to hit you on the eye, because there's a lot of sensitivity. There's increased sensitivities to light. Anybody that has conjunctivitis, that's why you see most times people put on sunshades, like sunglasses. It's most like, not like they want to form big boy, or they want to show you that they have money, or they have glasses, or they want to act shy. Sometimes it's because of the pain they get from exposure of the eyes to light. Okay, and usually there is discharge also. The discharge is mostly noticed early in the morning when the person is just waking up. Sometimes the eyelids might even be closed. To be short, you just have sometimes you have to use fluid, like water, to wash out those secretion from the eye. And during the day, the person might be having tears running down their eyes. We call that teary. And no, I mentioned earlier that it's infectious, but they did not state the particular organism or the organisms that can cause it. Streptococci organisms can cause that, even Staph aureus, and influenza too. Influenza too is also responsible for some respiratory issue like flu that I discussed earlier. So influenza can also cause conjunctivitis. So in a case where you are saying that how do I prevent myself from this? Basically, I remember then they used to tell us there's one particular fly that causes Apollo. Till now, nobody has proven it to us that fly causes Apollo. Maybe they're just trying to make children to be scared of touching those flies and all. But what I know is that anybody that has this conjunctivitis, what we call Apollo in Nigeria, it's very important that you don't go in contact with anything that pertains secretion from their eyes. You don't go in contact with it. You don't go in contact with their handkerchief. You don't use their sunglasses. If possible, you don't have physical contact with them where it might require the eye secretion touching you and all. And if you are placed on medical contact lenses, we have some people that uses contact lenses for medical reasons, and you notice that there is issue of conjunctivitis in your eye. You remove the contact lens at that point, because you might not even be too sure that the contact lenses are not responsible for that. So it's advisable that you don't use them for now. If possible, you go back to your normal glasses that you use. Just use that. And for those people that uses it for aesthetic reasons, just to beautify your eyes, I always say it that things like that, if it's not recommended, the chances of you having issues with them is quite high. So if you know that you are not really somebody that needs a contact lens that is not recommended, just reduce the number of time you use it. You can use other things for aesthetic purpose. So the treatment is quite easy, very easy. I say easy because it's not usually expensive taking care of conjunctivitis, especially if it's not serious, if it's just mild or moderate. There are eye drops that can be prescribed, that can be used on the eyes to just reduce the itching, the sensitivity to light. Even some medications also can reduce the itching. So it's very important that anytime you notice, you don't wait till when it degenerates before you seek medical attention. Immediately you start noticing that the color of your eyes are changing to light pink to dark pink, then before it turns red, it's very important you call for medical attention. And this is a period where it's usually rampant. But luckily, we've not seen a lot of that this year, and hopefully it will remain like that till the end of the year. And before I continue, I want us to take a very short break, and then when we'll return, we're going on a musical short break, and when we'll return, we'll be talking about the other ones. I know there are some that you want to hear. Don't worry, I'll mention it after this short break. Bye.
This is Lagoon Radio.
But on Mount Zion there
This
shall be
is Lagoon
deliverance,
Radio.
and there shall be holiness. The house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. Obadiah 1:17. God is able, willing, ready to deliver as many that come into him in faith. We invite you to join Diocese of Lagos Anglican Communion family for Diocesan Breaking of Fetters program as we trust God for healing, deliverance, counseling, and recovery. It holds every third Tuesday of the month. Venue, also Church, Lekki, number 15, Kayode Animashaun Street, off Admiralty Way,
tọ́lọ́wọ́ bá mi sàlẹ̀ sàtà wà yìí Lagoon Radio ní dédé aago mọ́kànlá títí di aago mọ́kànlá àbọ̀ abala àṣàyàn mẹ́ta ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ láti sàlẹ́sà fún ìgbádùn gbogbo mùtúmùwà abala àkọ́kọ́ la mọ̀ sí abala òwe Yorùbá níbi tá a ti mọ̀ kọ́ra wa tá a mọ̀ gbọ́ tuntun ọ̀rọ̀ èdè Yorùbá tó ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú òwe tábàlà kejì sì jẹ́ abala sóò màmì níbi tá a ti mọ kọ́ra wa bá a ti gbóhùn lókè lọ́ọ̀rì tàbí lọ sàlẹ̀ ní èdè Yorùbá abala kẹta tó gbẹ̀yìn ní àpè ní agbára ọ̀rọ̀ ìmọ̀lá torí ìtẹ́nímọ́ wa níbi tọ́lọ́wọ́ bá mi ó ti mọ̀ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ nù bíbélì mímọ́ rẹ̀ ó lè wò wá tààrà sòsì lójú òpó ẹ̀tì Lagoon Radio Nàìjíríà ìlógéwé Facebook tàbí YouTube LagoonTV ńlá wà lábala ti bẹ̀rù wò kò ní balẹ̀
Senasu
láì
Gabriel
nípa.
Okupevi and other seasoned ministers and spiritual leaders. Date Sunday, March 3rd, 2024. Time 4 p.m. Venue the Cathedral Church of Christ, Marina,
Hello,
Lagos.
everyone.
You can also join us
I'm the
live
Right
on
Reverend
YouTube via LagoonTV,
Ifedola,
on
Senasu Gabriel
Facebook via
Okupevi,
Diocese of Lagos,
Bishop
and
of
also on
Lagos. You are listening to
www.LAGOONRADIO.NG.
your
Open
number
your
one
heart to
online
receive
gospel
miracles,
radio in
breakthroughs,
Nigeria,
and blessings
and the
this
official
period
radio
and
of
beyond.
the Diocese
See
of
you
Lagos
there.
Anglican Communion. God bless you as you keep on listening to
This
us.
is
God
Lagoon
bless
Radio.
Nigeria. God will keep Nigeria. Lagoon of blessings will be upon you. Keep on listening. Keep on smiling, and peace will reign in your domain. In Jesus' name.
This is Lagoon Radio. This is Lagoon Radio.
Yes, people, we are back, and if you're just joining us, we are discussing major medical issues that we encounter during rainy season, and we've already discussed common cold and flu. We've discussed conjunctivitis. So now we're going to the next point. But before I mention this, always put it in mind that your health is a treasure. You know, your health is a treasure. You know, even the Bible says where somebody's treasure lies, that's where his mind will be. Your health should be paramount to you. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you are trying to meet up, the targets you're giving yourself, financial target, always remember your health is your treasure. So always watch that. So the next point here, the next element I want to discuss is the very popular one. This one is like our guy in Nigeria. He's our friend, malaria. I remember I saw a post on Twitter where a doctor mentioned an experience he had in, I think it was in UK or in US, I can't remember. But he said there was an issue of a man that came to Nigeria, and returning back to the country, he came down with malaria. And he saw the other white guys putting on a lot of gadgets as if they are going to space. And he was like, what's the problem in this hospital today? So they just gave them the presentation that this man has malaria. It was like, malaria, that's our guy in Nigeria. Like, okay, no problem. He just called the Nigerian guy, and they were feeling like the bosses. And they started explaining to those white, their orgasmo, explaining to them that this, that, they felt good. So we'll be discussing our guy here today. Almost everybody knows about one anti-malaria or the other. So malaria is caused by Plasmodium parasite. We have different species of that Plasmodium, but because of time, I'm not mentioning that. Just know that Plasmodium parasite causes malaria, and it's usually the female Anopheles mosquito. Women, even mosquitoes. So they are actually the gender responsible for malaria. The men has nothing to do with this. Okay, we usually have more than 1.5 million cases. You heard that right? 1.5 million cases of malaria incidents in Nigeria every year. 1.5 million cases. And the reasons is not far-fetched, probably because of poor sanitation and drainage system, So these things help proliferation of mosquitoes. When the drainages are stagnant, having water everywhere, it actually makes them to be able to reproduce more. And when they produce more, we have more of them. In fact, those guys can lay thousands of eggs within a very short period of time. So the way they replicate themselves is so fast. That is why sometimes you notice that I just used insecticide in this room, and the next 10 minutes you're coming back, they are welcoming back to your room again, your own room, like they'll be singing for you, you're welcome. So the symptoms can actually not be so obvious immediately. Sometimes some people might be working with that plasmodium parasite in their blood for as much as a year without having any symptom. They can be there for many months without any symptom. Sometimes it can be a period of 10 days to 1 month. The person must start seeing symptoms, but sometimes many months or even up to a year. That is why you see that when you go for malaria tests, sometimes it might just tell you that there is just 1 plus. Those plus are to show the severity of the plasmodium parasite in your body system. So some might just show you 1 plus, because almost all I want to say almost all Nigerians. Let me say most Nigerians are walking about with that 1 plus, because like I said, malaria is like our guy in Nigeria. So symptoms of malaria: sweating, fever, chills like having this kind of shaky daddy kind of sensation. So headache and muscle aches. You hear people having I'm having joint pain, my muscles are paining me, I'm feeling tired. Even some people usually have cough. Some people, the way they present their own malaria. For example, my dad, if he wants to have malaria, he starts with cough. So he knew that early enough that anytime I'm coughing and he's not going with other treatment, then malaria seems to be coming towards the person. So the malaria parasite can actually stay inactive in the liver for many months without giving you any sign, without giving any symptom. It can stay in the liver for many months. And when it's time for the malaria to show itself, it will just move into the bloodstream from the liver. Then it starts manifesting. So that's why I mentioned earlier that it can be in the body for several months. That doesn't mean that I'm not seeing symptoms. That means I don't have malaria in my system. It might be there and might be hiding somewhere in the liver. So I mentioned earlier that the causes are not far-fetched because of our drainage system, our poor hygiene. Many of us, we are not good with having our surrounding to be clean and tidy. And you will notice that malaria, they like hiding in places that you might not even think of them being there. Sometimes it might be staying in between your shirt that you're putting on the hanger or on your wardrobe. They might just be hiding somewhere there, and when it's time for them to perform their wonders, it will look as if somebody just told them, action, it's action time. You see them in their full-fledged armor coming out to attack anybody they see on the way. So the way you can prevent this stuff is very easy. Just practice good hygiene, good sanitation. Ensure your environment does not have waterlogged places, that you don't have a place where water is being stagnant. Ensure all waters in your environment, they are moving. And if possible, there are these guys that usually do, I've forgotten what they called it now. They spray insecticide around the compound. So you can get those guys to do that frequently, especially this rainy season. I don't think they're that expensive. They can just spray around your environment just to, even I heard that those things works against rodents. So you can just get their service to help you ensure your environment is free from that, even your drainage system. Then use mosquito net also, if possible. If you think that those measures are not working, use mosquito nets. Because the cost of medications now is not small, and many people, because they feel malaria is our guy, they feel they can live with it for a long time. I'm telling you this now because sometimes it might not be as mild as you think. I mentioned earlier that it might stay in the body system for many months without coming out. By the time it's going to come out, it's going to come out in full force. So you won't say, because I don't have it now, I don't need to keep a very good sanitized environment and all that. And please, if you are a traveler, maybe you're coming to Nigeria at this period in time, it's very important that you get preventive medications for malaria. You have some preventive medications like Progranil. You can just get them on land into Nigeria, or maybe you're going to another country that you know that they might have issues with malaria and all. You can just get it just to prevent yourself. You can use it on getting to the country. It's not harmful, no side effects most times. You just take them. And if you are in pregnancy also, it's very important. I know that part of the antenatal routine is an anti-malaria, usually a preventive anti-malaria. They give them, I think, almost like 3 to 4 months just to prevent them from having malaria. Because sometimes some people don't know it's possible for a mother to pass that malaria parasite, that is the plasmodium parasite, to their unborn baby. So it won't go well giving birth to a child and the child just coming, the baby, and is manifesting malaria symptoms. So you won't say because you don't have it, you won't prevent it. You might not know. The parasite might be in your system and might just be finding their way to your babies. So in addition to those preventions, please clear bushes around your home. Clear bushes, ensure that everywhere is tidy. You don't have dead spots. In fact, there are new method of even packing deaths and all that have been given to us by Lagos State government. There are some bins, very big bins that are more like airtight. So it won't be difficult. It won't be easy for mosquitoes to go in and be breeding themselves and be coming out because it's airtight. So it's better you get a thing like that and keep it away from your home. So you can keep it outside your gate, or if you have an open ground, you can keep it there so those mosquitoes won't find their way into your home. So the next one here are the gastrointestinal issues, the GI issues. What I mean by gastrointestinal are those things that has to do with your stomach, with your intestine. So we are talking about things like typhoid here. We're talking about diarrhea. We are talking about gastroenteritis. We're talking about cholera. We already discussed cholera last week, so we won't be talking much on that. So I will just pick typhoid because most times this is what we see most in Nigeria. All those diarrhea is very easy to manage. You can just take 1 or 2 measures, and it will be gone. So typhoid is actually life-threatening if it's not properly managed. It's life-threatening, and it's caused by the bacteria Salmonella typhi. It's present in contaminated food and water, and that means it's almost like how cholera gets into the body. If a food or drink is infested by this Salmonella typhi and somebody ingests it, then the person has already carried the bacteria into the system. From there, it goes into the bloodstream and spread around the body. So symptoms are like things that they see are like high fever, chills, headache, stomach pain, sometimes diarrhea or constipation, and in some cases also nausea and vomiting. But I always say it. I don't like it when people wait till when they have severe symptoms before they start looking for a way to help themselves medically. I don't like it. Anytime you notice anything wrong with your body, it's better you just take care of it. Because, for example, this typhoid now, if the symptom move from mild to moderate, then to severe, it can be really, 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 really bad. Because it can cause swollen stomach, even swollen intestine, which is not that nice. And it is when it's not properly managed or not managed enough that you now get to the point when they say the person has Yoruba will call it akoiba, but it's actually a kind of psychiatric problem, more like mild psychosis, hallucination, and all that. But Yoruba will call it akoiba, chronic fever. So then the person might start talking anyhow, not madness though, but it's because the person did not manage that issue early enough, and it has gotten to where it's not supposed to get to. And at that point, if not careful, might be fatal. That means it can threaten the person's life. So the treatment is usually basically with antibiotics. Antibiotics usually take care of typhoid. And in cases where the person is manifesting with symptoms like vomiting and diarrhea, that is purging, it's better or it's safer the person starts ORS medication, that is oral radiation salt, by just preparing that and taking it just to replenish the lost nutrients. The prevention also is very easy. Just ensure your food and water is clean. The period we are in now, we have a lot of water moving all about. dirty water going to our borehole, get into our well, get into our... In fact, most of the bottled water and the rest and sachet water are from boreholes. So we always say that ensure that you're buying a good brand, and if you're not too sure about the brand, boil your water before using. If you're cooking, cook very well. If you want to take fruit, ensure you're washing them very well. If you want to take vegetable, you wash them very well, so to avoid issues like this. The diagnosis is very easy. They will just take a body fluid, maybe blood, urine. Sometimes they even use stool to check. And on checking, and they notice that there is the issue of typhoid. Management is very easy with antibiotics and ORS. So before I will go to the next step, I want us to take a musical break. And this song is by Mike Tabru, and it's featuring Clement White. It's a very nice song. I like listening to it almost every day because I usually like to shake my body more like an exercise before going out. So it's a very nice song. I like the vibe. I like the lyrics. I like the way they did it. The title of the song is Ojoro. So please, for the next few minutes, just enjoy this. We'll be back to continue and conclude on this our topic today.
This is Lagoon Radio.
My people, your Owonge show don land for your correct radio station, Lagoon Radio, your number one online gospel radio, powered by the Anglican Diocese of Lagos. Join me, your personal person, Owonge Sandito, every Saturday from 3 p.m. reach 4 p.m. We go dey talk about different things where they sell for our society, for family, now for every matter we go dey chook our mouth dey yarn una. Join us for www.lagoonradio.ng. make una follow us for social media, Lagoon Radio Nigeria, that one na for Facebook, Lagoon Radio NG, Instagram and Twitter. Watch us for YouTube at LagoonTV. Make we dey totori una dey go.
Bible talk am for Obadiah 1 verse 17 say na who fit run go Mount Zion go free, and na him go holy, and all Jacob pikin go fit collect their plenty better property. Baba God fit do anything wey him want, and na him ready to comot all the plenty yamayama wahala wey dey do you if you put mind for him matter. All of us wey dey for Diocese of Lagos Anglican Communion don join body tell you make you show for this new level wey we wan start. Dem dey call am diocesan breaking of fetters, and we know say Baba God go help person wey need help. He go comot yamayama for plenty people body, and him go make all of una life better. Now every third Tuesday this one go dey happen for also Church Lekki wey dey for number 15 Kayode Animashaun Street, wey dey for Admiralty Way side for inside Lekki phase 1. E go start for 11 o'clock for morning time. Anybody wey call Baba God name, na him go see help and things go dey okay for am. Oya run come collect brekete blessing and miracle o. Na Right Rev'd Ifedola Senasu Gabriel Okupevi, the oga patapata for Lagos Diocese Anglican Communion, na he carry this story come.
This is Lagoon Radio. This is Lagoon Radio.
Are you looking for top-notch printing services that deliver quality and reliability every time? Look no further. The Lagos Diocesan Printing Press is here to serve you. At the Lagos Diocesan Printing Press, we specialize in bringing your ideas to life with precision and excellence. Whether you need business cards, brochures, flyers, or banners, we've got you covered. Our state-of-the-art printing technology ensures vibrant colors, clear text, and professional finishing that will make your brand stand out from the crowd. But that's not all. We pride ourselves on exceptional customer service, fast turnaround times, and competitive pricing to fit any budget. So why wait? Visit the Lagos Diocesan Printing Press today at 17 Broad Street, Lagos Anglican Seminary, and let us help you make a lasting impression. You can also give us a call on 0703 559 7826 or 0816 398 2570. Lagos Diocesan Printing Press, where your vision becomes reality.
Hello everyone, I am the Right Reverend Ifedola Senasu Gabriel Okupevi, Bishop of Lagos. You are listening to Lagoon Radio, your number one online gospel radio in Nigeria, and the official radio of the Diocese of Lagos Anglican Communion. God bless you as you keep on listening to us. God bless Nigeria. God will keep Nigeria. Lagoon of blessings will be upon you. Keep on listening, keep on smiling, and peace will reign in your domain. In Jesus' name.
This is Lagoon Radio.
So welcome back, and we're almost done. So I'll just run through what we discussed in case you've not been here. We've discussed common cold, conjunctivitis, malaria, and gastrointestinal issues as one of the few major issues we have during medical when we have during rainy season. So the next one are more for like the elderly guys, our senior citizens. This one is arthritis, So, but I'm going to focus on those two arthritis because we have different types of arthritis. We have osteoarthritis, we have rheumatoid arthritis, we have ankylosing spondylitis, and the rest. But we are focusing on osteoarthritis. Osteoarthritis is the breakdown of cartilage, and cartilage is just like more like the protective material for joints and bone. Let me just use that limb now, just like the protective material for joints and bone. So they is characterized by pain, stiffness, swelling, redness, and decreased range of motion. What I mean by that is that people that have arthritis, they usually notice that it seems that joint is stiff. I will use the knee as an example. They're like, I can't really move my knee. Look as if it's stiff, it's not moving. And they will notice swelling. And for those people that are fair, they will notice that that part is usually very, very red. So whether you have osteoarthritis or not, the thing is that when the weather is becoming cooler, that is becoming cold, it actually increases the thickness of the synovial fluid. The synovial fluid is the lubricant of the joints. Let me put it that way. I will use a simple illustration. When you have this kind of joints in gates where there's this hinge between gates, and you are moving it to and fro, and it's not moving very well, or it's giving you a kind of cracking sound. You apply a little of grease that acts like lubricant. Then when you do that, you see that the movement becomes easier. That is how it is in joints. The synovial fluid is the lubricant of the joint. So if it's becoming stiff due to the cooler temperature, it's more like an oil. Let me put it that way. We know that when we place oil in the fridge, it starts freezing. So that's the way it is. If the weather starts cooling, the synovial fluid will reduce its fluidity, making the joint stiff. So it's difficult for you to move the leg to and fro. Even if you try, there will be like kind of pain. So decreased temperature during rainy season can actually cause that. So the thing about that is that we usually advise people, if you are noticing this issue, the best way to take care of it is to exercise, squat, trek, walk, climb the staircase, just to improve. The way the synovial fluid works is that it wants activity. If you're moving it, you're making it look as if, okay, I am walking and the fluid will go through and through. Let me just put it that way. It's going through and through. So it'll be easier for that joint to enjoy the benefit of the synovial fluid. It's just like you're locking the gates for a long period of time. By the time you're coming to open it, it won't be very easy. You need to force it open and all. That's how it is with joints also. So I'm going to advise people, especially the elderly people, try to exercise your joints. If you don't want to move around, you can be doing little ones at home, like you squat, you do some aerobics, you do sit-up, you can even just be going up and down your stairs, just to make your joints and all very free. Another thing you can do to prevent this issue is that dress warmly. What I mean by dress warmly, wear clothes that will increase heat at that part or those joints you are having issue. Wear clothes that are not, this is not the time to be exposing yourself to cold. Even if you're having AC in your house, try to reduce it because the weather is already cold. And even if it's a sunny season and you're having issue with your joints like arthritis, you notice that doctors advise you not to be putting on your AC, just to help those synovial tube, and apply it to the joints. What I mean by applying it is that you can use some form of hot ointment, like hot ointment like Rev'd and the Abuliki and the likes. Abuliki no pay me, I'm just doing free advert for them. So you can use all those ones to just make the joint hot, And there are some strap that are used medically to keep joints in place and also improve the pressure on synovial tube so that they can be able to feel the pressure and move about. You can get them also. And please maintain healthy lifestyle. I've noticed that, in fact, some of you listening will also understand that people that have arthritis, if we are going to do a kind of survey or kind of head count, you will notice that people that usually have this issue of arthritis are people that are overweight or that are obese. It's more prevalent in people that are overweight or are obese than people that are slim or not just have normal weight. So this is not the time to be saying that I want to be eating on and on. If you know you are overweight already, you have to reduce it. Because the way the skeletal system is created, all the weight in this upper part is resting just on two bones. It's resting on your pelvic girdle and your two bones, your two femur. So imagine you putting a bag of cement on your back. You know how you're going to feel. Not to talk about putting all those weight on just two bones. So, and those bones are resting on joints. So the more weight you're putting on yourself, the more pressure you're putting on your joints, making it difficult for them to align or to work properly. So if you know you are eating some food or taking some junks that are increasing your weight, you have to reduce them this period so that it will be easier for you. So the last one I will mention here concerning this is the fact that we have medications that can actually take care of these things. You can take care of the pains, you can take care of the issue, but please, I advise people not to do self-medication. Get medications from the right sources, because some of these medications, especially the one for pains, people are, in fact, they've turned into candy in Nigeria. People just take painkillers anyhow. And sometimes they even mix painkillers that are not supposed to be mixed. For example, you shouldn't be taking diclofenac and pyroxicam, what they call Fevin. You shouldn't be taking them together. They are both of the same class. So taking them together will increase the chances of you having a side effect by 2. So imagine already you are battling one already, you are now using 2. And one of the side effects is having peptic or duodenal ulcer. So you want to be treating pain, and then after some weeks, you are not taking care of ulcer again. So please get your medications from the right places. Then before we go to the last one, I have a question here. They said, what are the potential health risks of immersing leg in dirty and stagnant water? Yes, I was supposed to discuss this, so I think it's just fine I talk about it now. Dipping leg in dirty water can actually lead to fungal infection. We don't know what is in our water. We don't know the organisms in this water. So they might actually lead to fungal infection. In where I come from, I don't know if that's the same for all Yoruba land. There's something we call jiga. It's more like an insect. It goes into your skin and start making you feel, not making you feel comfortable, giving you pains. And sometimes you see some people there's this thing they call, I've forgotten the name, but it will make that part of your leg very white, as if there's no blood there. Those are one of the challenges that you can have. And imagine somebody having a kind of bruise on the leg and you're not putting your leg in dirty water. It might lead to some kind of infection that won't be too easy to manage. There was a story I heard some weeks ago, though it's not pertaining to water, I'm just giving an instance. A woman, actually, she has a scratch on her hand, and from a hotel room key, a card key. So she injured herself, and on getting home, her dog welcomed her, the way these white people do, and the dog was just rubbing herself or on the woman with her tongue, and unfortunately, the saliva that touched the woman was actually contaminated with a kind of bacteria, very serious bacteria. So it caused a rare case. This case happened like 1 in 1,000 issues. So it's a very rare case. So by what I'm just trying to point out, that the woman lost her 4 limbs. What I mean by 4 limbs is the 2 hands and the 2 legs, because it now looks as if she is now having solidified hand, looking like a kind of a cement, the way cement looks like. So they had to cut off the limb so it doesn't go far. So imagine having bruises on your leg and you're dipping your leg in dirty water. You don't know what might be there. So there are a lot of challenges that can be encountered from there. So I advise people to wear protective boots. There are some very affordable protective boots, what we call rain boots in those days. Even there are some shoes now that guys will put on. They are made from leathers and very, very comfy. So it protects your leg from as much as possible. Ensure you don't dip your legs in dirty water. And in cases where you already did and you are looking for a way to say that, okay, maybe my place of work, there's no way I can pass through without putting my leg in dirty water. When you get home, you can do what I call warm feet treatment. You can dip your leg in warm water, not very hot. You can dip in the leg. And, that will even benefit your body also because it will increase blood flow to that part of your body, to increase blood flow to your legs. I will even discuss that when I'm discussing the next point. It will increase blood flow to all part of the body. So it's actually kind of taking out dirt and also taking you're increasing your blood flow. So because of time, I'll just run through neuropathy. This one is when the nerve is damaged. So there are some kind of pain that you notice that there is one sharp pain in my back and all that. That one is caused by neuropathy. So during rainy season, there is reduced blood flow to extreme part of the body, I mean the hands and the legs. And we know that if there's not enough blood flow, you're not feeling numb, what they call paja in Yoruba. And sometimes some people have some kind of pain, say, I'm feeling this kind of sharp pain as if they just pin, they choke me. It does neuropathy. It gets worse during rainy season. So what I advise people is that don't expose your extreme body parts to cold. Ensure that you're always covering them with socks and gloves so that it will increase blood flow. And during rainy season, soft tissue become firmer and they become tighter, making your nerves small, and you can actually have injury from the nerves by that. So the treatment is very easy. Avoid caffeine, then cover your names. Also, there are drugs. But please, the most important thing about all these things is that do anything you can do to improve blood flow around your body. Exercise, walk the stairs, take a walk and all that. Then take vitamin B supplements. It helps. So because of our time, we'll be stopping here with this, and I hope you've picked one or two information to know about this rainy season. Then if you have any question, any comment, you can drop it in the comment section on our media platform. I'm very sure to be responded to. Thank you for your time. My name is Pharmacist Olasimbo, and until next week, please remember, your health is your treasure, and please keep it very well and take care of yourself. Thank you. Bye-bye.
This is Lagoon Radio. This is Lagoon Radio.
Are you looking for top-notch printing services that deliver quality and reliability every time? Look no further. The Lagos Diocesan Printing Press is here to serve you. At the Lagos Diocesan Printing Press, we specialize in bringing your ideas to life with precision and excellence. Whether you need business cards, brochures, flyers, or banners, we've got you covered. Our state-of-the-art printing technology ensures vibrant colors, clear text, and professional finishing that will make your brand stand out from the crowd. But that's not all. We pride ourselves on exceptional customer service, fast turnaround times, and competitive pricing to fit any budget. So why wait? Visit the Lagos Diocesan Printing Press today at 17 Broad Street, Lagos Anglican Seminary, and let us help you make a lasting impression. You can also give us a call on 0703 559 7826 or 0816 398 2570. Lagos Diocesan Printing Press, where your vision becomes reality.
Hello everyone, I am the Right Reverend Ifedola Senasu Gabriel Okupevi, Bishop of Lagos. You are listening to Lagoon Radio, your number one online gospel radio in Nigeria, and the official radio of the Diocese of Lagos Anglican Communion. God bless you as you keep on listening to us. God bless Nigeria. God will keep Nigeria. Lagoon of blessings will be upon you. Keep on listening. Keep on smiling, and peace will reign in your domain. In Jesus' name.
This is Lagoon Radio.